remains the same. Right? I think in 2026 is, I remember what is committed. So I think that's on track. But that's not the only thing we're building.
How exactly are you, which is Krutrim, doing things differently, and how are you building specifically just for the India market?
I think very early on, Bhavish kind of identified that this is going to be a big gap in the market where probably the West world is probably building for English and not for India, and then building it for India. How do you do that is probably what we spent the early few months on. Now that we know how to build it, how do we build it right is what we're kind of spending time on right now, right? So especially in the scale of India, where there's so many languages and the nuances in societal understanding of concepts kind of changes like every 100 kilometers, right? So people, and you need to kind of care about those sentiments as well when you're in India.
Yes, and do weigh in on where do you really stand on this, debate on using responsible AI. I mean, it's not really a debate. I mean, the Prime Minister and of course India has stated that AI should be used responsibly, even though it can be a force for good. Where do you really weigh in on that, and what kind of self-regulatory mechanisms does Krutrim have when it comes to that part?
We have a committee internally deciding, because right now most companies are self-regulating. So what does it mean for the company is what the people from different levels within the organization and different background diversities as well, not just techies, but also people from the legal background and people from the philosophical and psychological background coming in and saying, hey, this is what is fair and this is what not is fair, and that is a panel that is right now kind of taking calls at this point. But again, this needs to also be aligned with what the government wants to do, and then because we are again inside India, right? So we need to also follow that norm. So that is also a conversation that we're having with the policymakers to get there.